Hello, it's Jane Miller here, Find Your Encore, and welcome to the introduction module. So happy that you could join us. So whether you are planning for your next chapter, you're in your retirement, maybe something new in your career, you want to start a business, looking to earn more cash, repair or find a relationship, release weight, anything really that you've been dreaming of, we're so glad you're here. You know, you have a dream inside of you, and please know that you have the ability to make it happen. Imagine finally believing in yourself. Imagine stepping up to the plate with all of the support you need, a mentor and coach at your side, walking you through step by step, and then taking a full swing at life. Well, let's begin with a chat about purpose. So humans aren't alone in having a purpose, right? Everything in nature is always expanding and evolving towards their own fulfillment, and that's what we want. Now think about it. A bee wants to pollinate flowers and trees. A plant produces oxygen. A cloud forms to produce rain. However, unlike plants and other living creatures, you and I, we don't have to accept the environment that we're in. Humans have the unique ability to create our reality through our thoughts. So as a result, instead of all members of the species having the same overriding purpose, for example, the pollination of bees, for bees, each person has his or her own unique purpose. And this could be the hard part. It's up to every individual to discover what that purpose is. And here we are at Find Your Encore to do this with ease and flow. You know, sometimes the problem is we get so caught up and bogged down with our daily activities and obligations that our awareness of our own unique life purpose is easily hidden from us. How can that be? Well, you know, when you don't know your purpose, there are consequences. You might have a continuing sense of frustration. You might feel like you're off track. You're out of sync with your inner self. There's just something not right. Well, let's make it right. Now, make sure we're clear on this. Some people confuse their goals and desires with their life purpose, but there is a significant distinction. So over the course of your lifetime, you're going to have a succession of desires and goals, and however, your purpose is deeper. It's more permanent than any goal. It's your reason for living. Let's say that you've always wanted to write a book, and one day you set the goal to do so. The thought of this excites you because maybe you want to make money, be well known, change people's lives, build a legacy. And even though writing the book is a terrific accomplishment, it doesn't give you the reason to stay alive. That's what a purpose does. Purpose gives you a reason, really, to get up in the morning every day of your life. You know, when you think about goals, you want to graduate high school, then you want to graduate college and get the great job, and then get the great spouse and have a wonderful family, and so on and so on. And all through this, though, there's a purpose. Well, is it love? Well, sure, people who discover their life purpose use their mental, emotional, creative energy to develop their skills, talents, or interests that they love. And when you give yourself to something that you genuinely love, it brings forth your spirit. It makes you happier, more fulfilled. You feel more in sync with your inner self. What's more, your everyday life takes on new meaning as you share your gift with the world. Well, it's not always easy to think your way into finding your life purpose. If you're too much like in your head, you may have to like act your way into it. And the more we act, though, the more we get clear. So dip your toe. While you're working on discovering your purpose, remember, do whatever you're currently doing the best that you can. Give it all that you've got. And sometimes this will lead you right to your purpose. And don't worry about whether something's going to work out or not. If you should try something or not, are you going to make money at it? Just do it. Start trying new things to see where they lead you. This will help you get out of your own way. The experience of doing a great job and trying something new is really its own reward. And then the clarity will come through the process of your exploring and seeing what works, what doesn't, what seems right, what doesn't. Now here's a thought. Stop wasting your time. I used to investigate things that really didn't remotely interest me because somebody had presented an idea or sent me an email on an opportunity. I'd go along to presentations that I really had no interest in because I just wanted to be nice. Don't do that. It's a waste of your precious time. However, if you do feel a pull towards an activity, an idea, or an opportunity, then that involves doing something that you think you'd love or what you're engaging with. Try it. Pursue it fully and vigorously. And then pay attention to the feedback that your heart and your actions give you along the way. And then 2, infuse all of your actions with love for what you're engaging. And that includes people that you interact with as well. Now, so if you infuse all your actions with love, your thoughts and emotions and behavior, and if you put positive, life-affirming energy into it, it'll be easier for you to see your true purpose with greater clarity. If you can't really infuse love with something, let's say photography. I love taking pictures with my cell phone, but when I tried to use, the 35 millimeter and all the lenses, I didn't love it anymore. Think about purpose as a magnet steadily pulling you towards your purpose. There was a spiritual leader who described the pull of purpose in this way. He said, one may suddenly think during the night, I must go north. And in the morning, he sets out on his journey. He does not know why. He does not know what he is out to accomplish there. He only knows that he must go. And by going there, finds something that he has to do, and he sees that it was the hand of destiny pushing him forward towards the accomplishment of that purpose, which inspired him in the first place to go north. I find that people who set out to go to the north and discover their life purpose live their life in service and bliss. Don't you want some bliss? Yeah. They recognize that they're hardwired to do something very well, and that their talent and their skill and ability just blossoms when they discover it and start to do it. Are you ready to go north? I promise this is going to be the ride of your life. So I want you to enjoy your travels and begin personally assessing things. And I include assessments that are part of the course as you go forward. So let's begin by answering some of the questions in this next section. Now, take some time to consider who you are, who you want to become. Don't worry about the how for now. As we go on And if you join me on the course to come, the entire Find Your Encore course is designed for those of us who struggle with untapped potential, unfulfilled purpose, and those who really don't want time commitments, or we don't want to run short on cash either. That my participants learn to create a life filled with purpose and joy. We use our talents and our strengths, but at the same time ensuring our time freedom and financial confidence. We've got checklists that are easy to complete. We've got blueprints and so many tools. And folks come away with a step-by-step personalized plan that reveals their perfect encore. Let me just talk about the modules. In the first module, we find clarity, and then we create our goals and vision, and we craft an awesome plan to get to the encore. And then in module 2, we start to make decisions. We create commitment, and then we launch the plan into action. And we do it with persistence and consistency. It's not about push and pull, it's about ease and flow. In module 3, we really learn to live our encore more fully by doing things like mastering our mindset and conquering doubt and worry. We create new paradigms that serve us on this path to our encore. And in module 4, this is all about supercharging so that we can love and celebrate our encore. We work to multiply our results, optimize our environment, and put things on autopilot, again, to enjoy ease and flow. So I want you to consider these questions. And really, if you'll print this out or you have it in the Word form, just type it on the screen, the Word document. How frequently would you take a vacation or travel to some long desired destination? And if money wasn't a determining factor, what would be the destination? Think about your income. How much has your income increased like year by year over the past 5 years? Is that good for you? Are you satisfied with that? Do you have a plan for the amount of income that you want in the future? Do you even know what you're going to require and what the sources might be? So take some time to grab this budgeting worksheet, and it's really super good. I want to pull it up right now, and let me go to the screen here. Here we are. So this is an Excel sheet, and it's live so that you can plug in your numbers. So this is done as a monthly budget, and the Start tab will give you some instructions on how to do it. But really, what we're doing is saying, what's my income? And then go down here and start to say, well, currently my mortgage is $1,000, but I'm looking at this house and it's $2,000, right? What's my phone bill a month? It's $55. I'm not really going to change that. And go on down through and start to look at your budget. What do you actually spend a month? What do you want to spend a month? What kind of obligations do you have? Do you have student loans, personal loans, credit card debt? Put in here what you're actually spending. Here's your vehicle, for example. Maybe you're free and clear right now, but you're interested in getting that really cool Cadillac Escalade, and the payments are going to be $600 a month. So what you're going to end up doing is you'll see what your wants and dreams might cost you. What is really, really cool about this is you'll see that the costs of the life you want are something you can already afford. Isn't that great? So take the time to do this little budget. All right. Then next, I want you to consider, go back here. Let's view this correctly so we can follow along together. Consider each of these areas of your life. What kind of improvements would you like to make? What about your job or your business success? Are you in a job now that you'd like a promotion, or are you want to starting a new business or increase your business? What about your vocation and volunteering? Is that something you want to increase? Have you always wanted to, like me, work on the rail trail for bicycling? Yes, you want to do that? Write it down. What about the relationships in your life? Do you want to find someone new? Do you want to repair a relationship that probably has gone sour? Do you want to improve a relationship with your adult children? What about your health? Are you wanting to improve your weight, your cholesterol levels, your energy levels? What improvement would you like to make in that area? And what about time freedom? Do you right now feel constrained with your time? Do you feel you don't want to step out to do something because you're afraid of the time commitment? What does time freedom look like for you? What about money freedom? And I've had people say what they really want is financial independence. What does that mean to you? Does that mean that you don't have any debt? Because not all debt is bad. Does it mean that you want to pay your bills in advance every month? Does it mean that you can set aside a bunch of money for a foundation or your grandkids? What does money freedom look like to you? You might find it's not that far away. Consider your spiritual life, whether for you that's religion, your higher power, God, nature. What does that mean? How could you improve that? So take this time to go through those different areas of your life. And then I'd like you to consider, is there a recurring concern or problem that you would just love to eliminate from your life? What is it? And if you do have something, what's the effect? How is it holding you back from conquering your challenge? I've always had a weird kind of a behavior or pattern of thought that I shouldn't bother people. And that comes from way back. How do you think that comes up when I'm working on my sales? Not so good. Do you have something like that that you'd love to eliminate? And then back to that budget spreadsheet that you filled out. How much money would you have to earn to eliminate all financial concerns in your life? Again, a lot of people find that it's not too much more than they have now. Wouldn't that be freeing? Be wonderful. If you could spend your time doing what you truly love to do each day, what would it be? And I find that a lot of people have trouble answering this because they don't, it's not that they don't know, but they don't allow themselves to even think that they could do so. And what would your day look like from the time you get up to the time you go to bed? And just write it in brief here. So for me, I get up in the morning and I do some stretching. I work on gratitude for the day. I say some prayers and look for divine guidance for the day. I think about those that I love and those who I want to send prayers to. And then I get on about my day and I read and study. I just love personal growth, as you can imagine. So I'm studying whatever is out there for me to really learn. I'm repeating my goal card every day. and I'm learning and then sharing with others so that I can help them on their way as well. I always have time for some reflection. I always have time for good meals and wine, and I have some time to exercise and walk and check in with my loved ones. I look at my goals and review, and I plan my day for tomorrow so that I can make the most of everything. So what does your day look like from the time you get up to the time you go to bed? Is there a contribution that you've always wanted to make to society? Is there a special way you'd like to be of greater service? You know, I don't particularly want to be a politician or a legislator, but I do really appreciate the democratic process of voting and such. So I spent some time learning about the process, and I help 4 times a year at my local polling place. And I help people do their voting and understand the processes. And I just love that. I also have started to contribute to an account that I'm going to turn into a foundation. And that foundation is going to serve the environment. So think about all these things in your life and some of the areas you'd like to improve. And may I ask you, if I could show you how to accomplish one or more or all of these objectives, would you be willing to dedicate a specific period of time each day to do so? Let's say for the next 3 or 6 months. Knowing that you'd accomplish the success and you'd feel the joy that you'd love to experience. If your answer is yes, of course, I'd love that. Well, how much time would you be prepared to dedicate? An hour a day? More? Less? Well, welcome aboard. Here's to your encore, and I'm so excited to help you along. And I'm so excited that you will be beginning with us to find your encore. Now let's get on to module 1, where we begin to find our encore. This is Jane Miller. Thank you so much for being with us today.